is really empowering.
Keeps me grounded. It keeps me focusing on what we need to be teaching at the university level.
I saw it as an opportunity and extension of learning. This is the place for you to be, to interact, to participate on a classroom level with others who share your interests, who share your abilities, and most of all, who share the job description of paraeducators.
Fill in the whole number of 2.
Paraeducators traditionally don't receive a lot of training to do the jobs that they do. Quite often they're hired by school districts with little or no training in working with children, and once they receive their jobs, they're given very little training when they get started.
We need to make sure that the paraeducator continues to be trained, skilled, learn the best and the brightest practices, learn what's effective, continue to be trained.
Sometimes I think classified employees feel a little isolated in their jobs, especially if they're from the smaller school districts. And this way they get to know that, hey, someone else has the same issues that I do, and they can share a lot of that.
Paraeducators are critically important to our overall educational delivery system in the state of California. And there are new skills that need to be learned. So even for people who have been performing these vital roles for many years as a paraeducator, we need to make sure that we also can provide them the newest and the latest and the best techniques, the best practices, what we've been able to learn to help them continue to improve their skills.
The workshops range from behavior problems, reading issues, math, how to work in small groups, how to have fun with the kids, just new ways to think of things. You might be doing the same thing every day, but they might put a twist on it. Oh, I didn't think of that. And you take it back and it's great.
As a kid travels down a self-destructive path, one thing is for sure, risk is increasing. Risk is increasing that they will make a suicide attempt.
We were talking in the one group about suicide prevention. I didn't realize that certain things that children do might cause them to suicide.
Self-mutilation is a very puzzling, very complex at times. It can be a horrifying behavior in kids.
The cutting behaviors that we often see on the kids is a way of releasing the pain, not necessarily causing themselves more.
It's not so much telling people not to do certain things as it is, addressing why they do it and how we can address those things before we, ever condemn anyone.
We need to be sensitive and compassionate and aware of the signs when kids are in crisis.
We're overwhelmed with referrals of at-risk kids. I want them to take some of the skills back to their school sites. I want them to take the information so that they can spread the word.
I think it's very important that our school districts provide these pathways, these avenues, these resources to make sure that all of our professional educators, certainly including our paraprofessionals, have access to professional development.
So what we do is we do individual workshops on topics that we've done and that we've come here to the conference and learned about. We take those notes, take all the handouts and everything, and then we compile workshops, and then on our minimum day schedules, we train the other paraprofessionals in our district with what we've learned here.
Now let's imagine Maddie is a 6-year-old with autism. When I ask her, what will Connie say? What does Maddie say now? Pencil.
I wanted to learn more skills, to share experiences.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be a good experience to get to see people, know people, meet people, and just be in the same room and take different types of courses.
I get to do the activities with the children, and we also do the activities with the participants in the conference, and I think that's the best part of the sensory motor program, and that's why the children enjoy it and the participants enjoy it, just because it's so hands-on.
I don't think of myself as very, experienced paraeducator, so I try to get, as many information around as possible, and this sensory motor is also very helpful.
The third little pig met a man with a bundle of bricks.
This is great fun. I'm back in preschool.
We have circle, rectangle, oval, triangle, and square. And
If they don't know how to point to it, we can also use the back side for just the shapes itself.
Keep on singing loudly. People should come to this conference because I believe that all of us learn. I mean, you know, one of the things I love about this conference is that I learn things here. I mean, I go to all the speeches. I go to workshops that I can. It's about learning, and I find for myself if I don't keep learning, then I get stale, and then I get bored, and then it gets old.
You look at the colors also.
It was a lot of helpful hints to how to recognize gang members and to see if we have any gangs, you know, forming on campus. Also, how to deal with them and how to get the kids' confidence, how to win their confidence.
The more confident and the more education that a paraeducator can get boosts what they can offer the students. So I think it all flows together.
In the line of work that I do, it's helpful for me to identify what's going on with the students at the campus and what things to look for in and outside the classroom.
Kids need very few things in life. They need to feel safe and secure. They need to feel connected with the adults around them and feel like they belong. And they need to know how to cope from day to day with all the critical stressors that are on kids today.
It's important to hear that we're all in the same boat. And it's important to be with people who I know have the same compassion that I feel I have for kids.
You can always learn regardless of how many years you've been in the profession.
I think it's really great, you know, that the district pays for us to go here and, you know, our work time is covered. I mean, money-wise, because it's not that much money we're getting, so.
I've had an opportunity to attend the paraprofessional education conferences in the past. They're most worthwhile. It's making an investment in public education. So I would certainly encourage our school districts to help and encourage and participate in making sure that our paraprofessionals have access to this recent, data-driven, research-based information.
When the light bulb goes off in their head, there's nothing better, just nothing better.